Hi, I'm Amy from Genesis Equestrian and welcome back to the Ride of the Week. We have Kelsey de Lange with us today. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, thank you. Kels, tell me a little bit about your new venture. We are in this beautiful stable yard and I know that you have lots of exciting things happening. So tell me a little bit about how you came up to it, how you started, your progress. So just tell me from the start to the end.
We came to have a look at the property. It hadn't been used in quite a while. The dressage arena was like completely grassed over. The walls were orange. It was like quite ugly, run down, whatever. So we literally just put in a shit ton of like elbow grease, and then it sort of all just came together. Then my horses came here first and they were very happy, and then at the beginning of July we got all our liveries in. We got 5 horses in, 3 different owners, and it sort of just started off from there, and then I obviously opened the riding school and all of that stuff. I've got 3 school ponies. I've got Little Pumpkin, and then I've got 2 older thoroughbreds which are really sweet, and I must say everything's just going really nicely. Everybody seems really happy, everybody's talking about it, and yeah, it's been awesome. It's like a lot of new firsts for me, and like new things and stuff, and because I'm so young, it's like really awesome. I love it.
And you get to be outside all the time.
I know, and in the sun and whatever, like it's fantastic. It's really
amazing. And you know, there's always space for riding school and to get kiddies into the riding.
Yeah, there's so many, like it's crazy. I was actually saying to my mom, we don't actually have enough riding schools. The more riding schools we can have, the better in different areas, because there's enough business for everybody.
For sure.
You know, and everybody wants to get in. Every little kid wants to come and touch a horse and ride a pony, and it's all where it starts.
At the moment, with COVID and everything, kids need that outlet.
And
they need
they do.
The air, the fresh air to get out there, and it's not like you're crowded in big sports.
And when they're riding, they don't have to wear that mask all the time, and that's like a big like draw card for the kids. They're like, can I take my mask off? Yeah, when you're riding the pony, you can. And they get so excited, they love it. So.
How many kids do you have in your riding school at the moment?
So I've got a lot of little like lead rein. Oh, Tango, he wants to go out. So I've got a lot of little like lead rein kids and stuff. So between like 4 and 10 years old, there's probably about 15 of those kids. And then
that's fantastic.
And then like in the whole riding school as a whole, probably between 25 and 30 kids.
Sure.
Which is really awesome. It's like, and obviously I'd like to make it bigger eventually. I need more like usable school ponies, ones that aren't gonna scare the children and stuff like that.
So that's the most important, I think, with a riding school, is finding the right ponies.
Yeah, 100%.
Because Tango, you also, do you agree?
Yes.
Do you agree? Yes. I also, for sure. Carl, tell me a little bit about your riding. When did you start riding?
Just like how it went.
Like your little timeline of riding.
So, I've always been crazy about horses. I started riding at Heavenly Stables with my aunt. I was probably like 4 or 5 years old, and then I didn't really like get into the competitive side of things. It was really expensive. My parents didn't really have the money to do it, so I kind of just rode anything my aunt would let me on the weekends, like when I was allowed to go to the stables and stuff. I used to do lots of like trail rides and stuff, and then when I was a little bit older, sort of like teen, I desperately wanted money, and I was like, well, I need to start working. My parents weren't going to give me the money, so I was like, okay. So then I went to my aunt and I said, look, can I like work in your business? Can I be a trail guide and stuff like that? So I started as like a sort of like, I was a trail guide, but I'd go with other trail guides because I wasn't quite old enough yet, so I'd be like a backup, and then she'd pay me a little bit for that, and then eventually I got good enough and she was like, okay, you can start working, and then I worked there for a long time, and then I got Tango, well finally when my dad was like, let's get a horse kind of thing, I got him, and he was honestly just, I don't think I went to a show and I didn't get a rosette. It was like, he was just amazing. First show was the first Horses Cape Classic I went to. I did a whole 80 centimeters and it was the best time of my life. I loved it.
I love it.
I absolutely loved it. It was like literally a dream come true.
He's like, yeah.
And we won Victor Ladorum at that show. I think I got placed like seconds and thirds. I think I won 1 class. And it was just honestly a dream come true for me. I loved it.
And the best fun.
Amazing. And then we started lessons with Diane, and then I started work riding there a little bit, which was also amazing. I learned so much. And then, it just kind of, everything just flew from there. And then we got into the meter classes. The first meter I'd ever jumped on him, I'll never forget, I hadn't even done a practice jumping yet on him. And I went in and I was so nervous. Like, I remember the front of my arms were like lame. I was like, how can you jump? My arms are dead. But it was fun. And then I think we knocked, he had everything. I came into number one. There was no stride, nothing. Diane would have been like, what are you doing? But
he's like, yeah.
He was like, yeah. And then he knocked the first pole. And then after that, I just relaxed. And I was like, hey, this is actually so much fun. I've got this. And then we just flew. And then Shem, he started, because he's older, he's 20 now already, we're the same age. And he just sort of was tired. He didn't want to compete anymore. The jumps were getting too big. I was obviously asking more of him. And then we, you know what?
He's like agreeing to you.
Yeah, literally everything. And you know what? He's so special to me. And he gave me so much in such a short space of time. He put me on the map. He's literally my whole world. So I was like, you know, I'm not going to force him to compete if it's not, his heart's not in it anymore. And then between my mom and I, it was a really hard decision. We decided to retire him. It was just best for him. He was tired. He didn't want to do it anymore. So now he's living his best life. He's got a little kid that leases him out and pops him over little small jumps, and she just absolutely adores him.
The older horses actually like to be in work.
Yeah, they do.
So, and it's nice for them to bring on another child.
He did so much for me. I feel like, and he wants to do it for another person. So if I can give that to another little girl, I'm more than happy to do it.
Amazing.
And then it was kind of amazing. Then I got Cole, Happy Colors, and it just happened at the perfect time. Like, I didn't have.
I actually remember that.
Yeah.
It sort of happened.
And I think my mom was still working with you.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. It was like a transition. Like, he was wanting to go on retirement, then you didn't have something, and all of a sudden Cole arrived. Yeah. And he's also just been amazing for me. We've hit a few bumps in the road now, but I think we're slowly but surely working our way back up. But that's horse riding, unfortunately. So, yeah. So, for anybody who is watching who's having like a few struggles, what advice would you give for somebody who has hit a little bit of a bump in the road and who's struggling to get back up there?
So, speaking from experience,
or not even like to get back up.
Just
you don't have to be at the biggest height to be a horse rider and to have fun and to enjoy it, but to get back to where you were.
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm still trying to get back there, but like for me, it's just don't give up and take the pressure off. Like, I've actually gone back to, why am I doing this?
For sure.
What am I actually doing this for? You know, nobody's going to the Olympics. You're doing it because you love the sport, you love the horses, you want to be better as a rider, that kind of thing. So for me, it's just going back to basics and actually just enjoying it, realizing what you're in it for, and just taking the pressure off. Why put so much pressure on yourself to jump big when you're not ready?
Exactly,
you know? And everybody, I mean, you can't tell me anybody you speak to at the Peer Riding Club or anywhere in the world is going to tell you they've got a bad story and a bad thing that's happened. They've all fallen off in the arena. Tango's like, yes, Mom,
like,
yes. And it's all just, the sport's taught me so much. So from a coach point of view, I'd like to teach my kids that, don't give up. And it's taught me so many like life lessons in the real world, like it's the best sport to be in. It's kept me out of trouble in a lot of times in my life.
Sure.
So, and just, that's kind of...
Tango's been very lovable. He's getting lots of kisses from me today.
Tangaloo! Hey, bud.
Okay. What are your goals for your yard and riding school?
So,
because obviously you've started quite recently and you've grown quite a lot in a short space of time, so it must be quite overwhelming, I'm sure.
Yeah, a bit of a whirlwind, I'm not gonna lie.
So like where you've come from with you're saying you were had to put new arenas in and everything. Now that everything is starting to settle, what would you say your goals are and your focus is on now?
Pretty much just keeping the ball rolling. I obviously want to do little projects with the kids, get as many of them sort of into the sport, maybe going to a few little Sinisa shows, stuff like that. And just in general making it fun and enjoyable for all the kids. And then obviously I need to start looking for more usable school ponies, stuff like that, ones that aren't going to scare the kids and that I'm going to have to like really watch in a lesson that I can trust, because if I had more school ponies, and perhaps I could team up with somebody else, help with the coaching in the afternoons. So I don't want more than like 4 or 5 kids in a group. It's just too much as one person to control all the horses and everything. And then I would just like to grow it bigger. From that point of view, more horses. That way, obviously, they can have more kids in a day and stuff like
Yes.
that. And then as a livery yard, I don't really want to get too big, to be quite honest. Purely just because I like grazing and I don't want to overgraze the property and stuff like that.
Tango's agreeing. He wants the grass for
100%.
himself.
Yeah, there we go. So, and I'd like to keep the liveries that I've already got 100% happy and be able to give them each individual attention.
Tango's your business partner.
Oh
here,
yeah,
I think.
100%. He's the rock behind everything. Yeah, so just that kind of stuff, you know. I would like to give each horse individual attention. Between my mom and I, we want to be able to do it properly, you know. We don't want any horses like falling through the cracks, stuff like that.
Sure.
So we'd rather keep it small, that way it's manageable, and then the riding school will be sort of, that can grow bigger.
Yes.
And then from there, that's sort of like a year, 2 year
Take it
plan.
as it
Yeah,
goes
pretty
and
much.
just enjoy it.
Literally just love every moment.
That's amazing. I love it. I love the vibe. It's so relaxed. And
Yeah.
it's outside, it's fresh air. It's like a peaceful vibe when you walk in here.
Yeah,
I love
always.
it. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Well done. It's a big thing. It's a big step as well
It
for you.
is, yeah, but I'm loving it. I really am. It's awesome.
Yeah, your yard is so peaceful and tranquil, and you walk in here, there's such like a chilled, relaxed vibe. I love it. I think it's so awesome.
Yeah. It's sort of like, I want to make it like horses for me have always been a home away from home and a place where I can go when I'm not happy or something's going on or whatever.
Sure.
And I want that to be for a lot of people in the riding school, whether you're in the livery yard, doesn't matter. This is like your home away from home. It's a safe place for everybody, and that's kind of what I want. Yeah.
It's amazing. Well done. It's quite a big thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, Tango's agreeing with me.
Tango's like, yes.
I love him.
Oh no.
Also, one thing that I loved when I walked in here was seeing all the blue steel blankets over the doors.
I must say, Yana, I love your blankets. They are awesome. Absolutely.
What
awesome.
is your most favorite blanket? Or not blanket, but product?
Product at Blue Steel?
Yeah.
Well, it would be a blanket. It's those big waterproof outdoor duvets.
Yes.
Tango loves his one. When it's cold, I don't feel bad. Normally I want to keep them in the stables because it's cold. But he's standing now, but he wants to go outside. He likes being outside.
I can see.
So I love that I can put him out. Both of them they've all got like a wardrobe. And they come back and they bone dry and they're putting their heads down and they're grazing.
Yeah.
So obviously they're not too cold, that kind of stuff. I love it. It's
They
my
are
favorite.
fantastic. Yeah. He's been very vocal about those.
Very, yeah. I love my blanket. They're boy.
They are very popular blankets and they are divine. We've got a whole shipment arriving soon of them.
Yay.
So they're going to be back in stock. I can't wait for next winter. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Another thing that I noticed when I was walking in here, because all the horses were starting to go out, every single horse had a beautiful rose gold budget flash sheet on.
Yeah.
I love it. And Murphy's, because we are doing budget flash sheets this week for advertising.
Really?
Yeah, it's our week of budget flash sheets. So
there we go.
Everybody needs to go have a look on our Instagram page and our Facebook page, because those are being advertised there, and they are such a good deal for the quality and the blanket that they are.
Very nice.
Yeah, so head over to our Instagram page, have a look at that. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little gold bell at the bottom of the page so that you can get notifications. Our Blue Steel YouTube channel has changed a little bit. We have split the I'm Amy and the Blue Steel Equestrian. So don't forget to go hit that subscribe button on the Blue Steel Equestrian page as well, and the notifications. Then it will. We just wanted to make it a little bit neater and everything.
But separate,
yeah. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and shop at www.blue-steel if you aren't in PE. .co.za, sorry. And pop into our retail store for all these amazing blankets that you see. Tango's agreeing with me. I love him. Yep, go shop at Blue Steel, guys. Thank you, Kelsey. It was really awesome chatting, and best of luck for your yard and the riding school and everything that you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.